Mahalo! We are Indy Meets Disney. I am Cedric.
And I'm Katie.
And we are so glad you are here with us on this home edition. So what are we going to do today, Katie?
So we are super duper excited about the reopening of
Ohana. Oh, yeah.
At the Polynesian Resort. We are very excited about it. It's one of our favorite places to eat on Disney property, especially within like a Disney resort hotel. So yeah, we're super excited. What do you love about Ohana, honey?
My favorite things are the pot stickers and the Ohana Noodles. I'm like, forget the meat, give me the pot stickers, give me the noodles.
Yeah, and I love that pineapple coconut bread when you first get in, and then I love the bread pudding at the end. It's delightful. So today, in honor of Ohana reopening, we thought we would do a little Ohana snack, or technically Ohana meal, and we are going to plan on making the Ohana noodles. There's been some controversy about the noodles, though. Do you want to tell them about the controversy that's been going on?
It's true. There has been a noodle gate happening at the Ohana. So when they first said we're open Ohana, they're like, nah, there's not going to be any noodles. But people have demanded, we want the noodles.
Yes.
And Disney buckled and they said, okay, we're going to bring back the noodles.
Yes.
And of course that has made me one happy dude because I love the noodles. And so they're coming back and we're super stoked about that. So next time we go to Ohana, we're going to get those noodles.
Yes, and we thought we might as well celebrate with Ohana reopening by making some Ohana noodles here at home.
All right, so we've got our stuff prepared. We're going to show you the ingredients here in a second, and then we're going to dive in and get on it.
Let's do this thing.
Okay, here we have all the ingredients that you will need to make Ohana noodles at home. So you can see from left to right, we've got some soy sauce, some peanuts that we're going to be chopping. We've got some sugar, some pineapple that we're going to need to julienne, some olive oil. It also recommends canola oil. We just used whatever oil we had at home. Some peanut butter. Up in the front, we've got that red pepper. It asks for a Spanish onion. We looked that up and it just looks like it's about the same as a sweet onion. We've got some udon noodles. We just found some Chinese noodles that we already had at home. And then the very front, we've got our ginger and our garlic.
Okay, so we're doing some of the prep work to get ready for these Ohana noodles. So first up, we've got our udon noodles. So they've been cooking here on the stove for just a couple of minutes in hot boiling water. So those are looking good. Over here, I have in the food processor, I went ahead and took some of those peanuts and we chopped them up just to make them a little bit more chopped than what they started. And then we are julienning, which just means long, skinny strips of both the red pepper, and then also we are julienning the pineapple as well. Okay, so for this recipe, we're going to need to use some ginger in a couple of ways. So for the sauce, we're going to be taking a 2-inch piece of ginger and it just needs to be peeled. So the quickest way I've ever found to peel ginger is just by using a potato peeler and just peeling all of that extra gunk away from it. So I've already done the work for that mostly. And then you're literally going to take this 2-inch piece and you're going to be throwing it inside of the sauce. And you're going to see later we're going to blend it up and all that good stuff. But then you also need to take some of this ginger and be able to use it inside of the noodles, kind of like pureed ginger. So for that, I just used my garlic press and I put some of the ginger in there. Now it did not come through the other side of the garlic press when I tried that, but it at least made the ginger like small and tiny and like pureed-ish. So you'll need a teaspoon of that as well. And then as far as garlic goes, we're gonna use garlic in a couple of ways. So as far as the sauce goes, you need to take 2 cloves of garlic, but we really like garlic, so we're gonna probably put more than 2 cloves inside of the sauce. And then we're also going to be pureeing some of the garlic to go inside of the noodles as well. So I'll just take my garlic press and I will squeeze it out. Professional garlic mincer pureer right here. Okay, let's keep going.
Okay, so I'm going to start cutting up this Spanish onion, or our sweet onion as we have here. So we need to dice this up for our recipe. So let's go ahead and start doing this. I went ahead and cut it in half already to speed up the process a little bit. So I'm not a professional onion cutter, so I'm gonna do the best that I can here. So cut across this here. And then we'll go back the other way. There we go. Oh, I'm not crying because of the onion. I'm crying because I'm so happy for Ohana Noodles. All right, so we're gonna start constructing our sauce for the noodles. So we have all of our ingredients that we prepped here, and I'm gonna start putting them into this large pot. The reason we chose a large pot is because when we start using the immersion blender, it doesn't like splash all over the place. It has these larger walls of the pot to keep it from splashing all over. So I'm gonna start with this 1/4 cup of water. So I'm gonna dump that in. Then 1/4 cup of sugar. Dump that in. 1/4 cup of soy sauce. Then 1/2 cup of peanut butter. Our dog Sadie's favorite treat. I can clear that off in just a second. That 1/8 cup of onion, maybe a little bit more, but that's okay. We like onion that I diced up a second ago. Then that 2 inches of ginger that Katie was working on, and then our cloves of garlic. We have a couple more than 2 cloves because we love garlic. So I'm gonna put that in. And then I need a tablespoon of peanuts. So I'm gonna get that out here and drop that in. And then we're gonna cook that up. And then, like I said, eventually we'll use the immersion blender, blend that all up, and voila, we'll have some sauce. For our good little spectator here, her favorite treat, like I was mentioning, peanut butter, so she can celebrate with us. Ohana, Sadie. She's our family.
Okay, so now we have finished making our peanut sauce and we are ready to put it into a blender and go ahead and blend and puree all of that stuff up so there's no more chunks of ginger and garlic and onions. So you've got 2 options. Option number 1 would just be to throw the entire sauce into your blender, blend it up, and make it a nice little sauce. Option number 2, for Christmas last year, I got an immersion blender. So we're gonna go ahead and use that immersion blender. So if you wanna go ahead and take a peek, we decided to go ahead and change it into a different container than the one we cooked it on in the stove, just because this one has like the perfect size for the immersion blender it came in with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and start that process and we'll enjoy it from here.
All right, so we're gonna start our stir fry process now. So we're gonna start off with a tablespoon of our oil in our pan here. So you're supposed to do this kind of with a wok, but we don't have a wok, so we're just gonna use a large skillet. So I'm gonna kind of eyeball a tablespoon of oil here. So kind of just a large drizzle here. Put that in, and then we've got our julienne, as best as we could do, pineapple and pepper. So I'm just gonna put half of this in, and then half of this in. So kind of a 1/4 cup of each. Maybe a little more of the pepper. So close enough. And then a tablespoon of the teaspoon, of the ginger and of the garlic, and then we'll start stir frying that up.
Okay, so we have our things all sauteed up and in our stir fry pan. So everything's been stir fried. We're gonna add some salt and pepper. A little extra flavor town. And then we have our noodles. Now it did say just to go ahead and add the noodles now and let them heat up. But our noodles are already nice and warm, so I think we'll be good to go ahead and add the sauce. And then for our sauce, it worked out really well in the immersion blender, so I don't know if you can get a good shot there. But everything got really nice and pureed and blended in there. You can't see any big chunks of onions or big chunks of ginger or garlic. So we're gonna go ahead and add this to our noodles as well. Now I did mention in the recipe, so shout out to the recipe people. So this is actually from allears.net. They're some of our favorite Disney vloggers. They've got an amazing YouTube channel. So we got this recipe from them. For them, they had mentioned only using 2 cups of noodles and then a half a cup of peanut sauce. But we had ended up making like a lot of noodles, and then our peanut sauce ended up making over a cup of it. So we went ahead and doubled everything, and we're using 4 cups of noodles and a whole cup of peanut sauce. So we'll give this a mix up, and then we're gonna give it a try here in a little bit.
All right, so we have finished up our noodles. They don't quite look like Ohana noodles. We were kind of cheapskates, used the noodles we had. There were some Chinese noodles, not the Japanese udon noodles. So I think we've learned our lesson. We need to try and buy the right noodles next time. But let's see if the flavor's there.
Okay, let's give it a try. Give it a try with some pineapple this time. I think they're really great. They've got really great flavor. Do you think of Ohana noodles when you eat them though?
I wouldn't say I think of Ohana noodles when I eat them. I think they are good. They taste, I would eat them again. They taste really good. But I don't think of Ohana noodles when I eat them. But overall, I think they're a good dish. They were a lot of work to get to this point.
They were a lot of work.
They don't look like Ohana noodles. They don't taste like Ohana noodles, but they are good.
It's a good day for eating food. So it's a good taste of food. So we were talking about Ohana though, and some of the other magical things that we were thinking about would be the fireworks that you can actually see when you're at Ohana. So that's another like one of our, I know earlier we were talking about some of our favorite parts of Ohana with their food, but it's also just a magical place. So if you go there in the evenings, you can get the perfect reservation. You can maybe even watch the fireworks out the window, or you can go ahead and eat an earlier reservation and go outside of the Polynesian and be able to watch those fireworks. They're going to be taking place here pretty soon.
Yep, starting up in July, they're starting up the fireworks again. So if you watch, like they shoot off fireworks around 9:30, make a reservation for around 8:40-ish, and just kind of sit there at your table and ask for a window seat and get a picture of those fireworks while you're eating your meal.
Yep.
So, but as for this meal, not a win for Ohana noodles, but a win in flavor. So, great taste. So you win some, you lose some, but a lot of fun regardless.
Yeah, we always have fun together. So we are so thankful that you watched this video today. Please go ahead and like this video. Go ahead and subscribe to our channel, although we bet you already have. And we appreciate you watching today. So until next time, we will
See you real soon. Bye guys.